Hello everyone, welcome back to another Flames of War battle report. This time it'll be Jimmy using Fortress Europe German against me using Bulge American. So it's nice seeing the Fortress Europe German book being used again. So there we go. So we basically Jimmy is taking an Armoured Panzergrenadier platoon, but as you'll see, no Panzerfausts involved at all, and I'll be taking a battle-weary Armoured Rifle Company. So let's delve into the lists.
So this is my Bulge American list for today. I have one formation, a battle-weary Armoured Rifle Company. So in it we have a HQ, which is 2 SMG teams and a 50 cal half-track. We then have first platoon full, so that's 6 rifle teams, 5 bazookas, 2 LMGs and a mortar, with 2 50 cal half-tracks and 3 30 cal half-tracks. Second platoon is the same, apart from they have no transport. We then have 3 armoured mortars and 2 57mm anti-tank guns. And that is it. So in support we have a veteran late M4 Sherman platoon. So we have 2 with 76mm guns, and they're upgraded to 76mm hypervelocity AP, and one of them is upgraded to an up-armoured M4 Sherman late, and then one of the 75s is a jumbo. So there you go, nice and easy to remember that one. We then have 4 M18 Hellcat tank destroyers, and they are also upgraded to tank destroyer hypervelocity AP. We then have 4 veteran chaffees, and we also have George S. Patton Jr., which is an amazing command card, and Lucky. So George S. Patton Jr. basically is great because when a unit leader is within 8 inches and line of sight of their formation commander, the unit passes rally and remount on 2+. So for these guys being rallying on a 4 and reluctant, it's very good. And every turn I get to reroll 1 failed die for reserves. So that's brilliant. So it's really good. So that's my list. I'm looking forward to it. I think the AP upgrades might be the game changer for me today. So, and having guns that can shake off most German anti-tank will be nice as well. So that's my list. Now let's go over to Jimmy's. Okay, so this is Jimmy's Fortress Europe list. So we have a Armoured Panzergrenadier company, so we have a HQ, which is 2 SMG teams and their 251 half-track, 2 full platoons of 7 Rifle MG teams, no Fausts, no Shreks, and they also have 4 half-tracks each, one of which has an anti-tank gun on it. And rounding off the formation we have 4 armoured mortars, and that is it. In support we have 2 units of 2 heavy scouts. Looks like they managed to salvage these from North Africa because they've not painted them yet. We have 3 Marders, 3 Hummels, and we'll go back to them because I know exactly why Jimmy has these in his list. And we have 3 Tiger 1s. So 3 Hummels, I haven't seen these that often, and I know why Jimmy has them, because directly they have an auto firepower, and for someone like Jimmy who can't pass firepower tests, these are gold dust. So will these be key for him today? And firing as a battery, they're not too bad either. So there we have our lists, and now we'll pick our stances and we'll find out what mission we've got. Okay, so we have the table set up. I picked defend with my list, and Jimmy picked maneuver, and we ended up rolling for breakthrough. So I picked this corner here and this corner here to defend, and Jimmy is attacking from the town. So deployed, I have my anti-tank guns, and then I have my platoon without the half-tracks here, my armoured mortars, and then the other platoon in the HQ mounted up. So in ambush I have my M18s, and then the chaffees and the Shermans are in reserve. Reserve for James is the Marders, and then we have everything here trying to get out of this town. So we have the HQ with, it looks like 2nd Platoon here, the Hummels spaced out so they can see in various directions. The scout cars ready to break out with 1st Platoon, and then we have the mortars and the Tigers by here. So that is it. Jimmy, you have first turn, of course, so best of luck.
Good luck.
Off you go. Okay, German movement is basically a battle of the cross checks at the moment. So this platoon here, one of them got through, as you can see. The HQ didn't have a cross check to do. One of the Tigers got stuck, and everything else is moving through. So we got the other half tracks here, the 2 Tigers making it through, and we've got the scout cars probing around as well. So that's it. So pretty much it's going to be artillery. So artillery hasn't moved, but they are going to have to range in. So let's see if we get any casualties. Turn 1. German shooting. The Hummels tried to range in here but failed. The heavy scouts managed to get 2 hits, but luckily I passed both my saves. The 8cm mortars managed to see a spot right by here. They ranged in, pinned the infantry and killed the bazooka. And then the Tigers missed because they were long range and concealed. And then we had the scout car with the anti-tank gun bail one of the half tracks. And that is it. So now we go into American turn 1. So we'll start off. I need to unpin this infantry. Now luckily the unit leader is within 8 of the HQ because his half track is right by there. So they rally on a 2, which they pass. And then to get the half track back in is a 4, and it remounts. Oh, they're reluctant now. It's a problem. And they're not within 8 of the HQ, so they can't get a rally from him. So I'll leave him bailed out for now. And I'm not bringing my ambush yet, but I do get 1 dice for reserves. That's cocked. But they come in anyway, so I'll be bringing in the... I'll bring in the chaffees, because that could be fun. So I'll bring in the chaffees. These are unpinned, and he is still bailed, so let's see where the movement ends. Okay, American movement. The chaffees have turned up over here, 16 inches of any corner, so I'm going over here because it seems decent threat levels over here at the moment. My infantry platoon have moved to try and secure the objective here, and the armoured platoon has moved to try and secure the objective by here. Meanwhile, the HQ is within 8 inches of this unit leader, so they can rally a bit better. So going into the shooting phase, I am going to be firing some smoke. Okay, shooting step. The 57mm guns opened up on the scout cars, got 2 hits, 1 kill, 1 bail. The chaffies then opened up on the HQ half track and this guy from the platoon, brewed up both half tracks but no kills on the infantry. And that is it for shooting. Oh, I did put my smoke by here. Failed on my 3 attempts, but then I burnt my lucky card and got it because I didn't want this to be the day where I fail my smoke. I'll leave that for a tournament. And that is it. So now we go into German turn 2. Okay, so we did the motivations off camera because I forgot. So basically, Jimmy rolled a 1 to remount, 2 1s to rally that platoon, and then a 1 and a 2 to rally the HQ, and then another 1 for the last stand. So the 2 was an improvement. So that is it. So we now go into Jimmy's movement and seeing where he ends up. Okay, movement. The half tracks have moved forward. Oh, do you want to try and dig them in? Your 2 infantry units are. Might as well do that. So
2nd platoon.
Yeah, 2nd platoon. No. HQ. Yes. Other movement. The heavy scouts did a blitz move, so they can fire onto the anti-tank guns here. The half tracks are moving across the ford. The 8cm mortars did a dash through the town, and the Tigers have moved, so the guy has managed to get himself free of the rubble. So that's it. So now we go into shooting.
Can I shoot with scope as well?
Okay, yeah. So basically, shooting wise, the Hummels tried to range in here. They did on the final attempt. Got a hit, but then I bounced the shell. The heavy scouts managed to kill one of the anti-tank guns, so with the motivation, he'll probably be running next turn. The Tigers missed all their shots again, and the half-tracks here managed to kill 2 infantry teams, but not pin the platoon, unfortunately. And that's it. So now, Jimmy, you're going to be doing a shooting scoot on the heavy scouts, which you pass on a 6. So now we go into American turn 2. Okay, so American motivation, starting off with the bailed out half-track. Will he get back in? He does this time on a 6. I will be bringing in my ambush. It will be going right in the forest with the mortars, and I also just forgot I need to do a last stand on this guy here. That's a cocked dice for a start, and no, he runs away because they are a reluctant 5. And then 2 dice for reserves, but I get to re-roll one of them thanks to pattern, which no, could have done with them coming in, but I do have the ambush helping me out. So there we go. So we can go into American movement. Okay, so the chaffees have moved across because I don't want to be stuck in that template. First platoon failed to dig in. Second platoon failed to dig in. First platoon got out to their half tracks, occupying the ridge, waiting for these marders to come in if they come in. And then this is where the hellcats ended up in their ambush. And then I have my HQ as dismounted with the executive officer into here. So that is it. So now we go into shooting. Okay, so far with the shooting, the chaffees have managed to bail the anti-tank gun. I then fired my 50 cals from my mortars into the half tracks and I got a bail. And now we're going to be doing the hellcats into the tigers. So they are short range apart from one who's long. And I do have hypervelocity, so it's 80-13, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so that is 8 shots hitting on 4s. 8 dice hitting on 4s. And that is, I don't think it's got. So that's 3 hits, which is exactly the number of tiger tanks you have. Okay, so do you want to do the one long range? So you'll only need a 4 to equal, yeah?
No, 4 to bounce.
4 to bounce.
On the long range.
Okay, so the long range needs a 4 to bounce. Bounce, and then the closest one right by the river needs a 6 to bounce. 5 to bounce. No. And then the second one.
No.
Okay.
So 4 is equal to 80.
Okay, so the one by the river is bailed, and the other one is bailed. So 2 bails, and then immediately I'm going to try and do a shooting scoot, which I do not on a 1. So 2 bailed tigers though. The problem is you are going to remount quite easily, but we'll see. Okay, so that is it for my shooting really. Yeah, so we'll be going into German turn 3.
Use the wrong bail now.
Yeah, that's okay. Right, so we have 2 bailed half tracks and 2 bailed tigers. So hopefully the half tracks will be the ones that get back in. So where are you going to start first?
Half track.
Okay, so half track over here, remounting. Well, 2 is not going to be enough. On this half track is also not enough. And now the tigers. So the one by the river is okay. The one in the middle, yes, it's 2s, isn't it? Now you're pinned infantry, so no 1 so far. Second attempt, 2, no, and now your HQ. What have you got? They rally, and then you have one dice for reserves. 5. The marders are coming in. Okay, so the tank hunters are now going to have to become infantry hunters with the guys on the ridge, so we will come back after German movement. Okay, movement done. Infantry who are outside of the half tracks have dug in by here. The heavy scouts have done another successful blitz. This is where the ambush came on. They came on right by here and moved over here because the marders are not really a match for going against a fully healthy armoured rifle platoon. The first platoon has dismounted and is basically forming up an attack position, and the tigers and 8cm mortars remain stationary, so they'll be doing some shooting, so let's see what happens. Okay, shooting. The Hummels ranged in, was a 2nd attempt on the forest, but either way they managed to kill one of the hellcats. The tigers then killed and bailed 1 more. The mortars from the 8 centimeters ranged in here got I think one kill on the rifle team, but more importantly pinned the unit. And then I lost an LMG and another rifle team to small arms fire because these guys are not dug in, but they're gone to ground. So we do have an assault coming in, which is could be a bit rough. Luckily I moved a half track up, so I might be able to stop with defensive fire, so we'll see. Okay, so overall a victory for the assault for the Germans. I did not stop them with defensive fire, and Germans took no casualties either. I then lost basically everything in the platoon apart from my LMG, a bazooka and a rifle team, but I did manage to at least form one counter-attack and take off one of the grenadier teams, who were also pinned, and then pull back here, and then I had to pull outside of 6. So that is it. So now we go into American turn 3. Okay, so American turn 3, I have to remount my Hellcat on a 4-up, which I do, so they don't have to last stand. I then rally my infantry on a 2-up, which they do. I get that as a pattern, and then I have 3 dice for reserves. Oh no, there's no point rolling because I'll auto get it anyway. So pattern helped me at least with the chaffees. So that is it. So we now go into American movement. Okay, American movement. My chaffees have moved to here, as you can see. I then moved the unit leader from 1st platoon onto the brow of the hill, and with him have come 2 bazookas and 2 rifle team have gone down the slope just to push these marders away. With them as well, the half tracks have moved down this way to help out with the infantry platoon here, and a couple of LMGs have moved over as well. So I'm going to try and dig in this platoon that is on the objective, needing a 3-up, which I pass on a 4. You can always check that, James, when you watch this report, that I rolled a 4. Everything else has kind of remained stationary apart from my reserve Shermans coming in this section of the woods. And that is it. So we're now going into American shooting. And I'm not going to record anything firing at the Tigers again because that was a nightmare. So we'll summarise the shooting once it's all been done. Okay, shooting wise, I managed to get 2 hits on the heavy scouts, managed to kill 1, bail 1. I then pummeled a lot of shots into the grenadiers here. Both mortars ranged in, only got minimal hits, but then my half tracks and my Shermans basically ripped up the platoon, so there's only 1 left. My hellcats then managed to bag myself a tiger. I did pass a shooting scoot, but I failed one of the cross checks, so that was a shame. And I also managed to kill one of the marders with a bazooka, so these 2 guys are going to jump in and see if I can push the marders away. If I'm lucky, kill 1 and get them to last stand as well, but we'll see what happens after I do a summary. Okay, so in the end, all I did, I managed to get the marders to run away a little bit. Okay, turn 4, motivation for the Germans. Again, you've got 2 bailed out guns on the half tracks. So this one over here, no. And then you got the one over here, no. A 2 and a 1 again. And then you got the bailed out heavy scout. Gets back in on a 6. Then again, you've got 2 pinned down units. So over here, ooh, they rally on a 5. And then the single guy over here rallies on a 6, and now you're on to your last stand. So you've got the grenadiers or the heavy scouts. Which one first? The grenadiers. 3, they stay, and the heavy scouts get a 6, so they stick around. So there we go. So the half tracks stay for at least another turn. Okay, German movement. The half tracks who are basically active have moved over here, and the HQ's plodding along behind them. The 2 marders have moved to engage the chaffees. That's really, if you hit them, that goes straight through, but you only killed 2 of them. That's because you've moved. The heavy scout, who could, has passed another blitz move, is moving this way. The half tracks, the lone grenadier has gone back into the half track and they're moving this way, and then the 2 tigers are moving along here. They did try to go with the forward, but Jimmy then realised that this guy is not dead, he is just bailed, so he's actually blocking a few shots. And that is it really for German movement. So now we'll go into shooting. Okay, so this is what the final thing that happened. The marders missed firing into the fields, they couldn't see what was going on. This unit, both platoons are pinned thanks to 8 centimeter mortars who ranged in. and then there's a few small arm shots at them as well, but luckily they held on. The Hummels did nothing, they missed everything under the template. The Tigers then split their shots, one onto the Sherman, one onto the Hellcats, and we've lost another Hellcat. So we're now going into American turn 4, and there's quite a few more motivations to do. Okay, so motivation time for the Americans. So we have no bailed out units, but we have some pinned units. So we have a pinned rifle team who will rally on a 2-up passes, and then the ones on the ridge will not rally because they're outside of range of their HQ. And then I have a last stand test to do on the Hellcat, which I fail, so they're gone. So we crack on with American movement. Okay, American movement, the guys on the ridge have dug in, they're pinned so they can't really do anything. Hellcats, I've kept one stationary because you can see out of the field anyway, and these 3 have moved. I've then moved my Shermans up to try and engage the Tigers and other targets. And that is it, so now we go into American shooting. Okay, so...
close to breaking my formation yet.
No. So, American shooting, I managed to kill one Marder and bail the other. I tried ranging in my mortars on the 8cm mortars, but I did not. The Sherman split their fire, so the 75s went for the 8cm mortars, which I got a bail, and the 276s went for a Tiger, which I got a kill. So overall, not too bad. So we're now going into German turn 5, and we have still three bailed out half tracks now. So we have the remount on this guy over here with the gun, the anti-tank gun. Don't think a 3 will be enough on the half track. Okay.
It's a 5+.
Okay, and then we got the other half track over here. No, and then the 8cm mortar half track. Probably not.
No.
Okay, and now you have 1, 2, 3. Oh no, you got a remount on the Marder as well, sorry. So he gets back in. Okay, right, so now you have a last stand on the Marder, the Scout, the Grenadiers, and the Tiger. So which one do you want to do first? The Marder. Okay,
Down.
we'll work down. Okay, so the Marder gets a 6 of stays. And what next?
Whatever was the next one down.
Oh, Scout card. No, he runs away. Then the Grenadiers stay, and then the Tiger. That 2 is just enough. Just enough. Okay. So he runs away. Marder got back in as well, so that's good. So you can take out 2 chaffees again. And that is it. So now we go into German movement on turn 5. Okay. The German movement. The half tracks have moved up with the infantry, and the Tigers moved. I'm guessing he's within 8 of the objective as well.
If he isn't, he couldn't be.
Yeah, I think he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's on that objective as well. Okay, so that's another thing I need to shift off there. That's okay though. So we now go into German movement again. Shooting, sorry. Okay, German shooting. The Hummels re-ranged in over here and only managed to get 1 hit after ranging in on a second attempt, and I bounced. The Tiger missed. The Marder missed his 2 shots. Again, this field is just throwing him. But the 8cm mortars doing their repeat bombardment killed my LMG, so the platoon on the objective is last standing, and they're more than 6 inches away from my HQ, so they will not be getting a reroll. So we go into American turn 5. All my infantry are pinned, and I'm last standing, so things are not amazing for me, but okay. So we go into motivation. American motivation, so let's do the chaps on the hill first, and they are going to be rallying on a 5-up, which they do not. The guys who are going to be last standing do rally on a 2, because they need to be 8 inches away, but then they last stand on a 5, so they are gone. And that is it for my motivations. Okay, American movement. So I've moved 3 of the chaffees up. They are actually in short range of the Tiger, and I've left 1 hopefully to deal with the Marder. So with this platoon being pinned, I remounted them and moved them to contest the objective, and the HQ has done the same. The 276s have moved, so they're in short range of the Tiger, and then the 275s have remained put. And that is it. So now we're going to shoot in, and I need to clear these half tracks off, so James will have to move and then reset the clock in terms of winning the game. So that is it, so we'll go into shooting. Okay. American shooting, not so good this turn. This guy missed the Marder. My mortars for the second turn running have failed the ranging over here. I have successfully killed all the half tracks in that platoon apart from the anti-tank gun over there. The infantry guy did jump out, and it was good because he got double bailed thanks to a 50 cal, to which I rolled a 6, and then obviously failed the armour. And then the 76s missed their shots on the Tiger, so still James can't lose because he's still within 8 inches of the objective, but he can't win it this turn unless he somehow wiped my entire formation, which seems a bit unlikely at this moment. So we go into German motivation, turn 6. Okay, so first of all we need to do the remounts. So we have the remount over here. A 4 is
the 5+ remount.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear. 5+ remount, so not enough. And then the other one? No. And then the 8cm mortars are a 4 up. That one, so no. And now we're on to last stands again. So do you want to start from top to bottom again, yeah? So the Marder needing a 3 up last stand, passes. Then the next one is the you got the infantry pinned first, so rally them.
Yeah.
So they rally. Now do they stand? No, they run away. And then the Tiger, another 1 please. and then the last stand. Oh no, it doesn't matter, the half tracks run with the infantry anyway, so pop him, and that's German motivation for you, done. Okay, German movement, HQ is staying put because he needs to spot. These half tracks are moving, Marder's staying put. The Tiger failed a blitz move, but managed to get across the river, and that is it for moving, so we're going into shooting. Okay, so German turn, Hummel's ranged in first attempt here, got 1 hit though, no kills. 8cm mortars ranged in here, first attempt, got 1 hit, no kill. The Tiger fired at the half track and killed it, but luckily the HQ teams survived inside. And the Marder actually hit the chaffee but failed the firepower, so we're going into American turn 6 motivation. Okay, only 1 bailed out unit, so that is the chaffee who remounts on a 3, who gets back in. Now I down all my pinned units, so the infantry on the hill do not rally. But then my HQ rally it does rally, which that is very helpful. So I'm still clinging on to this objective at the moment, so we go into American movement. Okay, American movement, the HQ has had to do this, but it doesn't matter because all I need to do is bail it, and because he's not contesting and it's turn 6. So the chaffies have moved into the rear of this Tiger, and my 2 other shorter guns have moved here as well, and then we have the 76s here as well. And I've just left this chaffee to continue his duel with the Marder because I just want something, want something over here as well. So we will do that. I'll see if the mortars can range in again, and then I'll see what we can do with this Tiger. Okay, so into the Tiger tank we have 6 chaffee shots that are hitting on 5s because of stabilizers, and we have 1 hit, so obviously your side is 8, so a 1 or a 2, we get a 2, so to bail him straight up with a chaffee's bail in this game. I want to see if I can kill him with the 76s though, if you don't mind. So the 76 is hitting on 4s, I get 3 hits. The 76s will, the chaffies will claim credit for that because they bailed him first and then everyone else fired at him and killed him again. And that is game because him being bailed, he can't contest the objective, and in fact the infantry will go in and tell him to go away anyway, and I'll capture a Tiger as well, which is nice for the Americans. And that is it, so we'll take a few more snaps and we'll do our man of the matches. Okay, man of the match for me would actually probably be my chaffies, because they completely neutralized this flank when they came in, and they pretty much did something every turn. So basically, the first turn they came in, they killed the HQ half-track and the platoon, which pinned them for pretty much, 2 turns. They then came over here while keeping their heads down. They came...
Dealt with the...
Oh no, the 57s did that.
Oh,
Yeah, don't forget that they were there at some point. And then they got rid of the scout cars in the square. They then eventually finished off the Marders, and then obviously killed the tiger. Well, the helps bailed the tiger, and then unfortunately the hellcats just didn't do enough. And then our Sherman platoon did quite a lot when they came in as well. But yeah, the hellcats, still not entirely convinced with the American reluctant motivation. It's just too much to deal with. But luckily the HQ, well, basically Patton helped out a big lot with that. And for you, it's definitely not going to be the Hummels.
It's the 8cm mortars.
Oh yeah, they did have a good game. So basically,
Well, these guys and these half-tracks are what to push you off that objective.
Yeah. Being aggressive that early on really paid off. But it was just those Shermans coming in that turn just helped out. But yeah, no, it was a good game. Down to a minor victory anyway. I've lost a lot, but good, definite food for thought for future American lists. But yeah, that was good game. So everyone, stay safe and keep on playing the game, and comment on what you've noticed if you've done anything well.